It's like 3 a.m. and I couldn't sleep, so my hair's a mess, and my lighting sucks, so I'm holding my camera, and so my video is going to be like a little jumpy. I apologize. I was listening to a song earlier, and I owed you guys a video, so I have a question for you, all of my faithful YouTubers. And I really do want an answer. I really do. I was listening to a song earlier by Dido. It's Thank You, but the chorus says, thank you for giving me the best day of my life. I want to know what the best day of your lives is. I can tell you the best day of my life, most people would think was the day my kids were born, and it wasn't, because that was a really scary time. They were really preemie, so they weren't supposed to be born, and then when they were, it was kind of like a letdown because I couldn't stay pregnant, because I've never been able to carry to term, and even with all the doctor's medicines that they put me on and stuff, I still couldn't carry to term, so it was kind of sad. It was a sad day. The day they came home was a really good day, though, when they actually were released from the hospital after all those months. Those were really good days. But I would have to say, my best day of my life, to this point, is, wow, I've changed the lighting somehow. That's weird. That's actually kind of cool. Alright, anyway, so the best day to this point was I met my best friend on Facebook. And I started talking to him on Facebook and laughing and joking and all of that good stuff. And he decided to come and meet me. That was really scary. I was terrified because I had never met this guy. We switched pictures and all of that. I mean, he talked to me, he spoke to everybody in my family. Everybody in my family knew who he was, all of that. So it wasn't really, he was basically family, but we had never face-to-face met, which scared the hell out of me because I don't meet people online. I see all these stories about women meeting people online and them getting killed. Yeah, I was freaking out. And I don't know what that did. I don't know that I like it. Anyway, sorry, like, this little button came up on the corner of my screen, and I pushed it, and now my lighting is different, and it's making my face look all splotchy, and I don't know that I like it. I'm a little vain, I guess, because I don't know that I like that. Anyway, off topic. So he decided to come visit, and I was nervous. I was so nervous, but I gave him my address. I really did want to meet him. I wanted to, but I didn't want to, And he came and he visited. And when he got there, we didn't know what to say to each other, so it was like this awkward smiling at each other, like hug, half hug, because, we really didn't know each other. He knew who I was as a person on the inside. He hadn't, been around for me to be comfortable around him, but he knows me better than any person on the inside, because, we talk about everything, but, so he came down, awkward half hug, and then kind of the setting lowered down and lightened up, and, we all had fun and partied, and talked, and he begged me to ride with him and take some hitchhiker he picked up home, which creeped me out, but I went with him because the hitchhiker, the hitchhiker actually was a guy in the same town I lived in, and he was like a friend of a friend, so I knew who he was, but it was still kind of awkward that he was picking up a hitchhiker. So I was like, well, maybe this guy isn't exactly what he said he was, so that made me nervous, and then getting in the car with him made me nervous, because I didn't know him, even though we had talked all that time, But he was in my town and on my turf, so I wasn't too worried about it. So we got in the car, and took his friend home, and then he started goofing off in his car and scaring the shit out of me, pulling sharp turns and stuff, because I've been in a couple of wrecks and it freaks me out. So on and on. It was 4th of July weekend, so the 4th of July, he was there, and we'd all gotten very comfortable with each other and everything, because we'd picked on and played with each other all night long. And then I introduced him to my kids, and on the 4th of July weekend, he played with the kids. He freaked out over everybody having fireworks around the kids, and I mean, he was just so everything to do with the kids. It was all about the kids, and that made me fall in love with that man to death, because he made their 4th of July amazing. He made my 4th of July amazing. He held me and all of that while the fireworks were going off, and helped me chase kids down. Even though everybody at the fireworks display was family, he didn't know half of them, and like, our extended family is Hispanic, and some of them don't speak English, and there's a long story on how I'm related to them, but what it boils down to is I'm related to him, and it terrified him to death to have all these non-speaking Spanish people running around, picking up the kids, and lighting fireworks near them. And so he didn't know anything about them or anything, and he was very, very overly protective. And he became a big part of my life after that. Things messed up here and there, of course, but he still is my best friend, and he wants to adopt my kids. He wants to, he doesn't like the fact that their father's not on the birth certificate, so the void on the birth certificate really bugs him, and he wants me to allow him to put his name there. And I mean, he really is. He's just the greatest person ever. I love him to death, and he made the 4th of July the best day ever. After that, we went out to the lake and exploited his fear of swimming, and got drunk and, you know, jumped off the boat. And then we got home, and he started jacking with my food because I was eating, and I have this, I don't want to see or look at blood or anything when I'm eating. And of course they're talking about my hamburgers made out of his ex-girlfriends that they ground up, and that just, I couldn't eat it. I'm like, okay, you mess with my food, then I'll mess with your sleep. And he's terrified of dolls, so I made him watch a scary movie about dolls. And then my sister put a big, tall Barbie doll of the girls' in my bed. It's one of those life-size Barbies. So when he flipped the cover back to get in bed, there's this doll, and he screamed and took off running down the hallway. It was stood up. Oh my god, it was so funny. See this army boy running down the hallway, terrified of a doll. It was great. But yeah, I mean, my best day ever is kind of out there and probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but it really was. That's my best day ever. The 4th of July I got to spend with him. So let me know what y'all's is, because I'm really interested. I know everybody has a different take on what makes a good day and stuff, so tell me about your best day. You can leave a video response or a comment or a private message even, but I really do want to hear about my subscribers' best days. Alright? Please do that for me. Thank you so much.